Nightly Musers, followers of the pod, faithful few and hopeful many. This is Anchor by Spotify. If you haven't heard about it, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's the very platform that allows me to give you what I give you on the nightly. So let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And it gives you the ability to distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so much more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally FREE free. So here's where you come in. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That is ANCHOR.fm to get started. Thank you very much. Peace. What's up, Nightly Musers? We are at the beach. If you can hear the waves in the background and the people and the chatter, I'm honestly not sorry about it because I think this is just a great environment for me to record the pod in. It's probably not the greatest environment sonically, but I'm hoping my voice is coming through. I also have to remember that I have to put my phone not super close to my mouth because I don't have a pop filter on my phone. It's just, so the P's and the B's, the consonants can be a little harsh to the ears. I was at a retreat, or not a retreat, I guess it was a revival. Like, it was 4 nights. I was helping my big bro Just, love you bro, I love you bro, with some friends, and we were leading worship for the youth. And to be honest, like, nothing, seeing kids say yes to Jesus, seeing kids say that they want to, put their trust in Jesus and accept him into their hearts and receive him as Lord and Savior over their lives, it just never gets old, not even a little bit. And again, just I'm reminded of that song Today If You Hear Him by Taylor Leonard, and just how, like, it was very, to me it just feels like a very timeless song, to say, I mean, just that reminder, right? Childlike faith and all the things that happen in this world, and the reality that with kids, life is happening at the same pace, at the same level of crazy, at the same, like, brokenness level as adults. They just don't have the tools to deal with it. And they might not have the tools to notice it in the same way, but it still happens. And when I think of youth, when I think of middle schoolers, the kids that I coached for years, like, to me, they require all the patience and understanding in the world, in part because, I mean, they deserve it, but two, like, they need to be seen, heard, and loved in some ways more than everybody else. I mean, they are experiencing so much change and trying to flesh out their autonomy and understanding, like, again, like that self of agency and autonomy, like figuring out that they are like a functioning person with their own thoughts and fears and insecurities and passions and talents and skills, and personality, whilst dealing with the fact that they're becoming more and more aware of how broken the world is that is hard, and that can be really complex, whilst having all of those changes going on in you, to now start noticing the world around you for what it is. And so to see kids, to see parents praying over their kids, or adults praying over kids that aren't even theirs, and then seeing those kids take that step of making their faith their own, it's just beautiful. And I don't want that to ever feel normal. I want that to always make me tear up a little bit and make me excited, and just, I don't know, I really, really loved that experience. And that's really it, man. I'm at the beach right now, and I'm gonna try to record some more episodes. But to be honest, last week, as y'all saw, I really struggled getting the content out to you guys, and it wasn't that I wasn't recording. I just got home super late, and the bed was calling me more than publishing the podcasts were. And so I'm gonna try to get the content out in a timely fashion, but I honestly might take a little bit of a break and come back with you fresh Monday. And I feel better about that, because I'm actually notifying the faithful listeners of the pod about what's going on, rather than just kind of going dark and disappearing for a couple days, which is not the intent, but is what happened. So here's to getting some good rest. I hit the ground running pretty well with the gym this past month, and want to continue that grind. And I think this month is going to be the month where I start to combine just being more intentional and more aggressive about the eating part of it. And so we'll see how that journey goes. And I think that's going to be a little more of a process, but I do think the benefits of that will be exponential. And so we're feeling good. We are feeling good, Nightly Musers. And it's a good time. And like I said, there is just something about, I was in middle school when I would say first legitimately said, not that the other ones didn't count, but though it was more of a rededication of sorts, it felt like the first time I really acknowledged my need for Jesus. And I can always point back to 7th grade. I guess that would have been 2010 or something. But yeah, 7th grade, 2009, 2010-ish, to say, yeah, that's when I acknowledged my need for Jesus, when I, that song, I can't remember if they sung it that week. Those type retreats can be very emotional, and I get it. It's kind of I don't know, when a lot of times people in the church talk about how church can kind of be a manipulative place as it pertains to emotion, and I don't know, I sometimes understand that, and other times I'm if I'm trying to get somebody to realize their need for Jesus, that is an emotional moment. But there was a song, it's I need you, Jesus, to come to my rescue. Where else can I go? There's no other name by which I am saved. Capture me with grace And then they went, I will follow you. This world is nothing for me. I will follow you. This world is nothing for me. Yeah. So it was either them. Yeah, that was them that year, because the next bands, who are now we the Kingdom, which is funny. But before they'd become that, that family, the Cashes, played at my 8th grade year, and I think it was 8th grade in my freshman year. And this song SOS. I'm reaching out, one last plea. There's hope all gone, somebody save me. SOS, I'm lost at sea. There's hope all gone, somebody save me. Oh, why do I do the things I don't wanna do? Don't wanna do, when all they do is hurt me. Oh, what a song. But Windy Gap, we went there every year with our school for, it's from 6th grade to when you graduate. So I got to experience that for 7 years. Everyone, I guess, if you start at the school in 6th grade and finish in 12th, you get to experience that for 7 years. And boy, was that a 7 years I will never forget. But all that being said, we were actually talking about this as it pertained to, there was a lot of change that happened at this camp meeting ground thing with our set. And man, like, this will be another episode, but some of the things I love about church and some of the things I hate about church, man, like, structure is absolutely important. But sometimes you can be so structured that there's no space for the Spirit to breathe. And I don't remember who had this tag on their Instagram bio, but I think it said live interruptible. And that felt so, like, pure and true to me. Of, like, okay, yes, the structure is there. You've put all the things in place. You've prepared. But are you at a space where you would allow the Spirit to interrupt your plans and just listen, Doesn't mean that the set becomes a 3-hour long set. But, like, if a song comes to you, are you gonna sing it? Or are you gonna keep it to yourself because the plan has to be the plan? And I don't know, sometimes I think we can get so wrapped up in that we can forget, like, hey, yes, also reminder for encouragement, like, God's given you the gift to be able to handle changes. Like, we wouldn't have been chosen to do this if we couldn't have handled that. But also, like, sometimes the moment changes and you realize what the space needs and what the kids need, and it's not about getting these are the songs that need to be sung because these are the songs that we chose 3 weeks ago, and forget whatever happens. And I feel like I've already touched on the subject, but I'll expound on it later in another episode. I really loved the merging of, like, I lost my train of thought and where I was going with that, and I'm going to be real with y'all. So what I really loved was seeing Jess's heart burst wide open for those kids from the jump. And to see a man cry over the kids that he was preaching to, and to see that culminate with some of those children deciding to choose Jesus because of Just, who just met these kids, can cry over them, how much more does Jesus, who had every bit, every part, every like share of responsibility in our creation, how much more does he how much more does God, how much more does the Spirit cry and weep over us? And man, to see that culminated in hearts captured and open to Jesus and receiving Jesus was pretty amazing. So it was a good week, and I don't know if y'all could hear me very well because the phone was rather low on my person, but I'm happy, and I'm at the beach, and you may hear from me tomorrow and you may not. I might just post this on Monday, to be honest, because the rest is good. The rest is really good, and this might just be a space where I just record episodes and publish them on Monday because that's when I'm back. I don't know if I'll call it a season 2 because that doesn't make sense because I never technically stopped. I don't know if this will have seasons because I'm kind of, this is an ongoing thing, so it'll just kind of go until it doesn't. I haven't fully figured out that process of everything. But yeah, being out at the beach, being out by the water, I actually wrote a song today, which was a lot of fun. I don't know if I said that already, but this is, I'd be tempted to live at the beach. I think I'm a mountain person as it pertains to vacationing. Like, I would rather vacation in the fall in the mountains or something like, Windy Gap. Like, I'd rather go to Windy Gap in the fall or vacation somewhere like that. But as far as living, if I lived by the water, you might never see me again. To be able to wake up at sunrise and just go to the beach and see the sun go from one side of the sky to the other, man, you wouldn't see me ever again. Oh man. But this is a gift, and I'm doing well, guys, and I hope you are. Shout out Lowfly. I'll get back to you soon. This is the Nightly Muse, and I am your host, Tinayeshe. Peace.